All right, here we are, Hot Springs, crossing the French Broad River, leaving town. It is day 20. Just got dropped off by my mother-in-law. Probably gonna do about 15-ish today. That's what we're thinking. The plan's still coming together on exactly where we're stopping, but somewhere around there. So we took day 19 yesterday as a zero. As I said, when we as soon as we got out of, there goes my mother-in-law. As soon as we got out of the Smokies, we had like a 2-hour delay waiting on her to get to us, just from trying to, the way they got I-40, all the construction and the closures and stuff. And then, like I said, yesterday was one of those days. It started off raining. It was cold. It would stop raining. It was going to rain later. Then it was going to get colder, change the snow. And just everything we did yesterday morning, it seemed like everything was working against us. So we decided at that point that due to the time constraints and stuff we've got, we just said, you know what, we've got this this opportunity, this house that a buddy of mine was letting us use when we got to Hot Springs. So we decided just to yellow blaze up to Hot Springs, skip that 34 miles, and get out of the weather too. Because it was going to be like 26, I think, without the wind chill last night, and they were going to have wind gusts up to 40 miles an hour, and then 1 to 3 inches of snow. So kind of like the Trey Mountain back a couple weeks ago. So I've done my through hike with snow and stuff like that, sleeping in the snow and nor'easters and all that stuff back in 2018. And you know, I'm trying to do this through hike a little different, trying to get a little bit different experience. So we made the command decision that, based on our time crunch and stuff and the weather, that we were gonna get my knees to work here. We were gonna go ahead and just take a zero, get some gear repaired that we needed to repair from all the blowdowns in the Smokies, and take advantage of the opportunity to stay warm and dry in a house. And my buddy's neighbors kind of met us and took us to where the house was, because it was about a 25-minute drive from downtown Hot Springs. And they were very nice. Shout out to Jay and Susan. They went ahead and cooked us dinner. We went over to their house, which was next door, last night. At dinner, great conversation, really good people. So that's all part of the experience, the trail experience, getting to not only hike the trail, but get to meet new people and make new friends. So that's what we're doing. You can see the French Broad River. You gotta walk down here, and kind of takes you along the river. And then eventually we go up into those woods. So just gotta make sure I can see which way to go. I think I go this way because of all the Appalachian Trail. Yeah, you can see some of the damage from where the river overflowed and, you know, damaged a lot of the businesses and stuff here in Hot Springs. So it's a shame to see all the damage that has been done, but they're starting to come back. The outfitter just opened the other day, so they're starting to come back, but they still have a long way to go to get back to where they were before Helene came in. I think it's kind of interesting just to show some of this so you can see what what it looks like. And it kind of focuses your perspective on what's important in life. You know, and that's why yesterday took the 0, skipped those 34 miles, because in the end, it really doesn't matter if I do 2,197 or 2,160 or 2,100 or 2,000. You know, it really doesn't matter, because, you know, the people that were affected by the hurricane and everything, you know, their whole lives were changed. Those that survived the hurricane, you know, so just being able to hike any of the Appalachian Trail this year in any of the parts that were damaged is, you know, really just a blessing, I think, for me. So I think sometimes we get wrapped up in our own wants and desires, and we want this and we want that, and I think sometimes it's good just to, you know, take what the trail gives you. And the trail, I think, was giving us bad weather, kind of wanting us to stay where we were. So we did. No big deal. Our plan is to hike to Maine and get it done in that 124 or less days, that time frame that we have. So we'll do what we need to do to be able to do that. Coming up over the next couple hundred miles, we will be going through the hardest hit areas from Hurricane Helene. So, you know, most of the areas, I think, just about all are probably hikeable. Some are still technically closed, but I think they're hikeable. But I don't know what the last storm last week when we were in the Smokies did, if there were more blowdowns. And so we're going to play it by ear. You know, we'll probably go through some of the areas, and some areas we may not, who knows. We'll just see. I don't want to add to any issues. Because when you have a blowdown, and, you know, people go around the blowdown usually if they can. When you go around the blowdown, you're creating a new trail, which kind of goes against leave no trace principles. You're creating a new trail, and then that can create like erosion problems. You know, for example, if there was a tree right in front of me right now, and I went up that bank to go around it, you're kind of weakening the bank. And I'm sure people that do trail maintenance will tell you, you know, they really don't want you doing that. So we'll see. But that's what we're doing. It's going to be a nice day today. It's going to be cold. It's eventually going to get up to about 51, 52 later in the afternoon. Right now it's the high 30s. But not supposed to have any rain. I'm assuming at the higher elevations we might see a little bit of snow. But hopefully it'll be a good day to hike. All right, here we are looking down on Hot Springs and the French Broad River. All right, so here we are. We are just kind of moseying. We did the climb out of Hot Springs. It's not really that bad. And then you do like a slower, if you do the initial big climb, if you want to call it that, then you do like the slower, slightly inclined climb. It's kind of what we're doing here. Then we'll go down a little bit, then up, then down, then up, then down. And we've decided what we're going to do tonight is we're going to do about 15 or 16 miles. And it will put us right at the Southern Cookie Lady. There's a lady that lives right off trail, and she gives cookies to hikers and water. I think she gives you like a free cookie and some water, and you can buy more cookies, I think. Something like that. But there's a Northern Cookie Lady too, which I didn't get to experience that when I did my last through hike. So I think the Southern Cookie Lady, she's fairly new, doing it maybe a few years, so I don't think she was doing it when I hiked last time. So we're going to experience the Southern Cookie Lady, assuming she's home. And then after we have a cookie, she will call the hostel. There's a hollow I just knew the name of it. I'll put the name on the screen. But we called them this morning to see if they had any bunks. They do, so they're saving us a couple bunks. So we're going to stay at the hostel tonight, right about 0.7 from the Cookie Lady. So, you know, one thing I wanted to do was try to, you know, as I kind of went through the area, the devastated area from the hurricane, was, you know, try to frequent, you know, as many establishments as I could and hostels and stuff, and you know, help generate a little cash flow into the economy, because obviously the hurricane hurt these people, and I think they rely on hikers to kind of help them a little bit, the hiking season. So that's another reason why I've been staying in a lot more hostels, hotels and stuff down south here. You know, number one, it helps the economy. And, you know, I've been planning this trip for about 1.5 years, so I kind of saved up the money to kind of do that, not have to pinch and worry about if I can afford to stay in a hostel. So, you know, when there's a hostel and I feel like it, I'm going to stay in it. Just kind of help the economy, meet other people, do that kind of thing. And especially down south where you're dealing with, let me make sure I'm going the right way. Gotta wait for Chill Guy to come. Alright, hold on a second. Alright, like I thought, I took the wrong trail. Just, I don't know, maybe 150 feet. I saw the yellow blaze, but if you look, the AT kind of cuts right down here. I saw the white blaze, but, you know, usually, sometimes they'll have a little turn blaze, and you know, that's what I get for running my mouth. But Chill Guy found it, didn't you, Chill Guy?
I did.
And he waited, and he was waiting back there, see how long dumbass Scoutmaster would keep walking before he realized he was going the wrong way. I guess at some point he would have yelled to me. So that's why I got him on this trip, to keep me straight so I don't get lost. So, and in return, he gets a cookie from the Cookie Lady today. So, anyway, so that's why we're kind of doing our thing. Staying more hostels in the south, help support that economy. And also, you know, it's March. March is the month of crazy weather. You'll get hot days, you'll get snow, all that stuff. So if I can avoid some of the bad weather, I'm gonna do it. I'm 7 years older than I was last time. I don't have the tolerance as much for bad weather as I used to. So I'm a bit of a wimp when it comes to that now. So anyway, so we'll let you know how the hostel is. They've gotten some really good reviews on Far Out, like recently, the last couple weeks. So, and the lady, I think the one owner's name is Jill, I think, and I'm assuming that was her on the phone this morning. Very nice lady. So looking forward to staying there. All right, let me get off this before I take the wrong trail again. All right, here we are. It is about 2 o'clock. And we took a nice 45-minute lunch at the Rich Mountain Fire Tower. And while we were there, we ran into Alpha Gal and Metro. They were there. at the tower also, taking a lunch break. So we got to hang out with them a little bit, talk to them, compare notes. And so it's 2 o'clock now. We've got, I don't know, 7.9, right at maybe a little less than 8 miles to get to the cookie lady, get a cookie, and then get picked up to go to the shelter. So we should be able to bang that out, and I'll be there hopefully by 5:30, I'm hoping. Just depends on how quick we can make do with the terrain today or this afternoon. I think we did our Ridge Mountain was probably our longest, biggest climb of the day, so that's done. We're coming down Rich now, and we got to climb up to, there's a shelter, and then after the shelter it's mostly down with a couple little blips all the way to Cookie Lady. So that's the plan. Any views, any cool things come up, we'll be sure to video. All right, here we are. It is 4:58. All right, that was 2 southbounders finishing up from last year. We stopped and talked to them, got some information on the condition of the trail up ahead. And pretty much there's a couple of reroutes, but he said just look for the tape markings so you don't miss them. But he said everything was pretty clear as far as hiking through. So it doesn't look like we should have any issues as far as having to go around anything. Just follow the reroutes that they have. And he said you'll be amazed at the amount of sawdust and timber that's down, but also amazed by the amount of work that the trail crews have put in. So we'll be seeing that over the course of the next 10 days or so. So as I said, we're closing in, probably getting close now to about a little over half a mile from the Cookie Lady. So we should get there maybe about 20 after 5, and then we'll call the hostel to come pick us up from the Cookie Lady, and we're staying at the Hemlock Hollow Hostel, I think it is. So we'll let you know how that goes. All right, we're walking to the cabin of the Southern Cookie Lady. Maybe I'll be able to show you the cookie. We'll see. All right, here we are at Hemlock Hollow Hostel. This is the bunkhouse that we're staying in. They got several cabins. One's a private one. This is the general bunkhouse. And you can see it's got bunks. They give you some linens. We've got Tigger staying with us tonight. She's a section hiker, and then there's Andrew, Joe Guy, and my stuff. And then in the main building up there, they've got Wi-Fi that works, and they've got like some resupply stuff you can get. They've got some like frozen pizzas, frozen hamburger stuff you can cook. You know, if you're hungry, you can eat that. They do they do pancakes in the morning, so for breakfast. So we're gonna do that. But really cool place. The Wi-Fi and everything works like up at the main building. Back here in the bunks, it doesn't reach this far, that far yet. So that's what we got. So we'll be here tonight, and then we'll head out in the morning. So for day 20, we finished with just around 16 miles, somewhere around there. I'd have to do the math. It's about 16 miles. So we're at mile 291.45 or something like that. We did see the Cookie Lady and got cookies and made a donation for the library, the Hot Springs Library. She was taking donations for that. She's trying to get some books and stuff for the library and other things. So really sweet lady. yeah, so that's it. Day 20, good day. Weather was actually pretty good today. So I think we got a couple more days of good weather and see how far we get tomorrow. All right. Good night.